Hi guys, it's still Jan here, and I think it's time to do a taste test on my Drop Top Amber Ale clone. We've had some neighbors over, and I'm kind of afraid if I wait any longer, it's not going to be around any longer, so I better get going on that. So let's start this review. Oh, and I broke my finger about 6 weeks ago, and it was in a cast, and I took it off too soon, and I re-injured it, so now it's back in the splint. So another 4 weeks. So anyway, let's get going on this. I'll just zoom you down here to my kegerator if I can. There's some kegs on the floor. Here's the kegerator. Let's pour a beer. This is my Drop Top Amber Ale clone. Oh, and it's way over carbonated tonight. Yeah, we're probably getting near the end of it. I think we are getting near the end of the keg. So we'll let that settle. And in here next to the keg, so it would be exactly the same temperature, is a bottle of Drop Top Amber Ale. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, so here we are. Here's my Homebrew, my Drop Top Amber Ale clone. And here's a real bottle of Drop Top Amber Ale. They're both at the same temperature. They've been in my kegerator. This has been sitting right next to my keg, so it would be exactly the same temperature. If you want to know what's in this Homebrew, I used a ½ pound of Crystal 10L America, ½ pound of honey malt, 25L Canada, sorry, ½ pound of Special B, 100 to 130L, 5½ pounds of extra pale liquid malt extract. I used 7 grams of Magnum hops, a little more than 9 grams of Simcoe hops, and the Magnum was at the first boil, and the Simcoe was at 20 minutes remaining. And I also put in a ½ pound of milk sugar, lactose, and I used California Ale yeast, WLP 001, and a Whirlfloc tablet, which is also that, what do you call that? Irish moss? Yeah. So that's what this is, and I brewed it on, looking at the calendar, I should have looked this up beforehand, almost a month ago. So just a few days shy of a month ago. And this is the Drop Top Amber Ale, and this is my Wiedemann's bottle opener that's been in my family forever. Let's see what we got here. A lot of smoke. Now, I have seen people beer review Drop Top Amber Ale, and I've read it on the Beer Advocate. I think it gets a B+, maybe even a B-. But for me, Drop Top Amber Ale is where it's at. And the reason for that is it has a mouthfeel that is just velvety. It's creamy, creamy, creamy. And then for me, it feels like it expands rose petal fragrances through my sinuses. And for me, I just love that. So let's compare the two in the glasses. Mine is slightly darker. Maybe I can shine a flashlight. Of course, mine's got a little frost on the glass here. I know the glasses were not chilled, but I mean, it's been sitting there in the room temperature here for a few minutes, so it's a little, but the color's similar, very similar. Mine has more head. I don't know what that's all about. And now the taste test. Here's the, no, let's test the, here's my Homebrew first. Now I already know where I missed the mark. This one has a floral, hoppy taste, and it's very, very creamy. And that's due to the lactose milk sugar. But this one has a little more of the wow factor. I wish I could put my finger on that. Let me see. It just has a little more floral to it. And I suppose that's the Simcoe hops, maybe? Anybody know? But I think this is very good. When the neighbors came over and had some of it, had some of it when the neighbors came over and imbibed with us. Oh, I wish I didn't have that sweating on the outside of the glass. They thought it was delicious. They thought it was very good. And the guy's the one husband is a very big beer drinker, and he said this was very good amber ale. So there you have it. That's my home taste test. This is creamy. The hops flavor's good. It doesn't have a wow to it. It's not exactly a rose petal rush. That's the only thing that I think is missing from it. So if anybody can help me figure that out. It could be, since this was a partial extract, it wasn't a kit. Oh, I probably should have gone with a kit, but I took the ingredients that somebody posted from Beersmith and just ran with it. A kit would have been so much easier, especially since this was my first partial extract. Steep the grains and all that. Okay, that's it. I think this is a fine home brew, and if anybody would like the detailed instructions for how I made it, just drop me a line. I'd be happy to share that with you. And again, this is Drop Top Amber Ale, and all you people out there who are putting this down, this is my favorite, my very favorite. When I want a beer treat, I don't drink all that often, but when I do, I want one little Drop Top Amber Ale. The other thing is I ought to mention on here is I'm shooting for something that's very, very flavorful, but with low alcohol. But of course you can adjust your alcohol. You can pump up your sugars and stuff and make high alcohol. I don't like high alcohol. So that's it. Thanks for watching. And boys, it's about this storm.
This recording will self-destruct in 5 seconds.